Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to get some water lines run in this bathroom. That's the goal, at least. We're in the middle of a renovation. We tore out our bathroom and now I got to get it back together as soon as possible. We got all the drains run. The drains are hooked up and ready. I could dump water down the tub and it would work. So that's awesome. Problem is we don't have the water to dump, so we need to get the water lines run. I've been planning all morning, just marking all the studs, where all the holes are going to be drilled, how the water lines are going to run, making sure it's all going to make sense, making sure the system is together. Planning is always the slow part and always the biggest part of doing a successful job. So I wanted to make sure I plan this out carefully. I'm going to start with cutting some wood on the chop saw, getting ready for blocking, and then we'll just start drilling holes. So I got all sorts of holes to drill, some bigger, some smaller, and I hope I got them right. I really put a lot of time into trying to figure it out. So guys, this is the really scary part. I'm going to drill a giant hole right here and a little hole right here for the tub's spout and the handle. That was scary. This one's not as scary. Over and done with, right?
Cool.
Can you see it? Got my tub faucet in place. Alright, let's do a quick update. You can see this I built. This is the back side of it. I basically put a frame in the wall. Let me go around the other side and show you what it is. But I also put these pieces of wood on here to hold my studs together to keep the wall solid and where it's supposed to be. Now here's the other side of that panel that I just showed you, and this is what I built. It's a box for my water filter. It's going to go right in here. It's going to be really cool. I'm putting this in here because we have rust in our water and sediment, and that's going to help a lot. So basically it's lined up with the hole where the water will come into the house. It'll go through the filter out this way. You'll see the rest. But I decided to do this because I wanted it inset a little bit. I didn't want it bulking out into my room. You'll understand why later. And I just didn't want the water lines being on the outside of the wall. And this way it keeps it nice and lined inside the wall. I think I'm almost ready for the actual work. We got holes drilled, water filter spot ready. The water heater isn't ready, but I'm going to run the water lines first. I got the tub basically ready. I'm nervous, but let's start running water. We're going to be doing Pex. We've never done Pex before. We've always done copper in our houses, and it's time to upgrade. Times are changing. We're changing. So, we did a lot of research, and we decided to go with Uponor Pex, which is a cold expansion Pex. So this isn't the kind of Pex that you'd normally find in most of the big home improvement stores. And basically, it doesn't crimp or clamp on. It's a totally different system. I'm going to show you that. I'll wait until I get to the top side because I'm going to be working under the house first and it's going to be too hard to show you. But it's a really cool foolproof system. It's going to be awesome. These are like the fittings for it. And you can see they don't fit on. So you actually have to expand the Pex to get it to fit in there, and that's really cool. I'll tell you why later. So you can see my water lines coming up, turning, and going into my filter. This turned out really well. It was so easy to do. Now that I'm up here, I can show you guys. This is Pex-A. It's made with a high memory plastic. They use that to hold the pipe to the fittings. So this is going to be expanded to slide over this fitting, and when it contracts, it'll hold on there tight without any clamps and any chance of leaking. It's basically leak proof. It's really awesome. And the other cool thing about this type of PEX is you can see the fittings are like full flow, so they don't restrict the flow. Most PEX at the store, the fittings are smaller, so they can slide into the pipe, and then you clamp the pipe down on it. To do this type of PEX, you need these little rings, and these help. It's just more PEX, but you slide it on the ends. Like that. I'm going to be doing a really short piece, because I'm going to be connecting these two things together. This is my manifold. So you put those on the ends, and they have stops so they can't slide on too far. And then I have my PEX expander tool, 3/4 inch head, and we're just gonna start expanding. And then put it in the fitting, and that, believe it or not, will shrink back to its original size, and it'll be tight on that fitting. And that's all there is to it.
Yeah, so much better than copper.
So let me do the other end, and I'll get it on here. I'm amazed how easily it cuts. There it is. Just put it into the soft. I mean, look how loose it is.
Yeah.
And then it gets super tight. It's slower for us right now because it's cool in the house. This stuff's been sitting in a low temperature, so it takes a little longer to expand. It's already tightening up.
That's so cool. So this is our first time using PEX, and we went with Uponor.
Yeah. There are some other brands, but this is like the brand.
And it's made in USA, so...
Yeah. And so this is a bracket for these pipes that basically will hold the PEX for me for my sink stub outs. Now, cold water goes on this side, right? So now I just gotta try to make it turn.
Maybe it should have been put through first. Oh, you did it.
Okay. I don't want to waste this PEX, but I just want to make sure I'm got enough for everything. So you put the little collar on there. I got the 1/2 inch fitting on the expander now, and I'm going to be putting this one right here, I think.
Look how easy that is. Isn't that way better than copper?
Way. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's cool. The only reason I haven't put these in yet is because I'm always afraid to knock the box out. I'm afraid I'll break it. Oh. Boy, plumbing is getting easier and easier, isn't it?
Yeah. Now if they would work on the drains,
Yeah.
those are still like difficult.
Whoop.
That's all there is to it.
Yep. Wonder if you can cut carrots with this.
That's actually a good idea.
So you don't have to force it, just let it expand and it'll go in. And then once it's in all the way, just give it like, you know, a couple of, you know.
I did it.
Cool.
Guys, isn't this PEX stuff so cool?
Looks cool to me.
Look how quick we ran the sink, toilet, and washer within like minutes.
So this one's probably going to be tricky. This is going to be the hot water. sink, but I got a really sharp bend right here. I should have done it differently. I wonder if I could slide it through this. Let me clip this in. Let's try an experiment. I wonder if I could slide it through. It's gonna be difficult.
Might be hard.
Yeah, it might be hard, but if it works, that might be the best way to have to avoid taking the plastic thing off the wall again. Ready? Come on, pipe. You see the problem?
Yeah.
But what if I put it close to the surface, but I get it bent in there? So that I can actually try to slide it through the elbow. Or whatever this is called, the bracket. Like this. I guess even Pex comes with some obstacles, huh? Mm-hmm. Now we just gotta not break this and we'll be doing okay. Oh, it's in. Now we gotta slide this Pex through. Oh, look at it.
You figured it out.
Yes, we did it. Here's that one. Looking happy. Well, this is fun. I could get, I never liked plumbing, never cared about plumbing, but I could get into plumbing doing this.
Yeah.
Oh, I kinked it.
You did?
Yeah, it should be okay. Just kinked a little. Getting around these walls is like a maze.
Yeah.
And we got to buy a new tool. Pretty cool, DeWalt 20 volt. That's another bonus.
Yeah.
A very specific tool that won't see much use.
Yeah. We'll link it below if anybody's interested. It's way better than copper.
Yeah, a lot of the problem with Pex is making sure you got the crimpers, but like you got to make sure you crimp it properly or it's going to leak. And the way the crimps work is you're forcing the pipe to get smaller on the fittings, and the pipe always wants to come back. You know what I mean? Like, it's better for the pipe to squeeze than for you to force it to squeeze. And look how quick, secure, leak-proof, awesome.
And this also comes in red and blue lines.
Yeah, we just chose the white for fun. Well guys, the plumbing is about 95% done. There's a couple of things that I have to do, but nothing too serious. We have the water all ready to be turned on. Let's check this out. So this is the bathroom side. And you can see I have the toilet stub out here. And again, we have all the valves and stuff. I'd like to get the drywall on first, but we have all the stuff we need to finish that off. We got the sink, hot and cold. We got the shower hooked up. You can see it coming in there. I still got to run my shower head and tub spout. We got the washer hookup, hot and cold, going up there. All the drains are intact. Everything looks awesome. This isn't done yet. There's more framing to come. This is inside the utility room. You got the water filter coming in. This is the main water line coming up. This should take out a lot of the iron in the water. And sediment. We do have sediment chunks that come up. Comes in here. This is the cold water manifold. And it's going to send all the cold water to here, to the toilet. This one's actually an extra one that I have plugged in the basement in case anybody ever needs to run an extra water line. This goes to the kitchen sink, bath or tub, and the washer and the bathroom sink, one or the other. So that's all the cold water side. And then the cold water continues through, comes up, and this will be for the water heater. So I have a valve on here for the cold water side to go to the water heater. These are kind of high up because we're going to be doing a tall, narrow water heater. And then it comes into the water heater, heats up, and here's the hot water side coming down, comes to back here where we have the kitchen sink, the bathroom sink, the tub, and the washing machine. 4 hot waters right there. I put in this blocking to secure these, keep them nice and straight. Put a bunch of these brackets on to help them curve. Everything came out so good. I am really happy with how this all works. Now, I do have some regrets. I wish I had made all my holes bigger. And the Pex can rub, and realistically, you can see these are kind of backwards. I'd really like that to be going through the hole with the Pex to kind of keep the Pex from rubbing on the wood. Right now, I just have it kind of pulling away from the edge of the hole to try to protect it. These go into the washing machine are the ones I kind of dislike the least. I wish I left more slack and maybe put some of those brackets on there. And again, these holes, they just don't need to be that tight. And as this expands and contracts, it's going to be kind of pulling on the wood maybe. I don't know. Guys, again, this is my first time doing this, but wow, I loved this Pex. Like I said, I've always done copper in the past, and it's a big pain. You got to really get it right. And this stuff, it's so quick. It's just easy. It just makes sense. And the Pex itself just clamps down on those fittings and you cannot get them off. They're solid. And we chose white. Some people ask about this. We chose white because we like it. Right, Ash? Mm-hmm. There's no reason other than we just chose it. You can use red, white, or blue. You could do all of the above. You can make it very American themed. But it doesn't matter. There's no difference between them. You could use red for cold. You can use any order you want. They're just they're just colors. They don't mean anything. So we just chose to keep it simple, clean. Nobody's going to see it anyway once we cover this wall. So there it is. This is essentially ready right now for the water heater. And that is cool. So,
which means we're almost ready to get hot water back at our house.
Yep. So all I'm going to do is finish the tub spouts and shower head. And then we'll hook up the hot water heater and turn our water on and check for leaks. But this really shouldn't leak anywhere. The only spots it could leak is where I have the Teflon tape on these fittings going into a threaded fitting. I almost always have a leak on a threaded fitting.
And on these, right? These Pex.
There's Pex on the side, there's threaded on the top and bottom. So I'm going to check my threaded connections. There's a few of them. I always have a leak. I'm so bad at Teflon tape. But the good thing is that with this type of Pex, I should mention this, you can rotate these after they're sealed like this and it doesn't hurt the connection. So even if I have to tighten these fittings up or even take it off, I can do that without ruining this seal. It'll turn right in there. It's really cool. You can see, look at, see that? The fittings just rotate in there. I don't want to do that forever, you know, you don't want to wear it out, but... Well guys, we're finally making progress and seeing a bathroom take shape. This was really like slower than we expected and we got off to a rough start with just some unexpected problems. It's coming together.
And with plumbing, you know, you have to go to the store multiple times.
Over and over again.
If you've done plumbing, you know that.
And I still have to go back to the store, so... You always forget a fitting. And we actually have a car full of extra fittings that we didn't use. And we still don't have the fittings we need, so, for the drains and everything. Next time, I hope we can show you guys us hooking up the water heater and taking a shower, but not the shower part.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be awesome. We really need it. We're a mess. We just need to get this water back on.
And then we can do dishes with hot water in the house again.
Yeah.
Instead of with the hose outside.
But for now, it's time to take a break. So, we're going to end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.
Bye.